his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 persons with a leprosy met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voices, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourselves to the priest." As they were going, they were cleansed. And one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned, glorifying God in a loud voice. And he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, 10 were cleansed, were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God? Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." The Gospel of the Lord. My dear friends, 3 or 4 words are important on this day. Gratitude, thanksgiving, prayer. Maybe we can add watchfulness. Gratitude and thanksgiving, they go hand in hand. And most of the time, when we go through a challenge, and then we pass the challenge, or we achieve something, when we celebrate our birthday, when we celebrate our victories, when we celebrate our successes, when we celebrate life, we tend to put God aside. We tend to neglect the great part played by the master of the game. We usually forget that even in the struggle of freedom, for those who fight for freedom and liberation, the master, the God of liberation, the God of freedom, the God who began it all, is the one who is actually behind the sin. That's why we want today to remember to thank God and to be grateful to Him in our struggles. When one day passes and we reach the other day, His hand was with us. He has willed that, and He has put His stamp that we can see the next day. We need to be grateful. Gratitude should be our attitude like that of this leper, because the world's issue of salvation is about us. Indeed, God saved the whole world, the universe, with no exception, with people of all races, all nations, all tribes. We have been all saved. Salvation has been offered. But are we among these who have to come back and remember the work works of Jesus on the cross and thank God. Yes, the Thanksgiving, the National Day of Thanksgiving, is indeed the work of God. We are here to remind the whole world that it's not by our power, and it's not by our strength, and it was not by even not a weapon or whatever that other people use. Yes, we are grateful and thankful for their openness and their struggles, but we thank God above all for giving them the strength, for giving them the courage, for giving them even the gift of life itself. And today we are lining up to say, thank you. Thank you, God. And we are grateful. And saying we are grateful is also to open our hearts in prayer. Because prayer will keep us connected to the source of our being, to the source of our resources, to the source of what we are, to the source and the creator of all things. Prayer is important. We should ask ourselves all these questions. How many among us are we still grateful to the Lord? How many among us are we giving Him thanks every day, every morning? How many among us are still connected to Him in prayer? And then the last word is to be watchful. We are heading towards the time of Advent. We need to be watchful. A thanksgiving means the Lord has set us free. Not just freedom in appearance, but true freedom from bondage of sin. But are we really freed from those bondage? Do we watch on what we are doing, the actions we are taking, the different politics that we are choosing? Do we watch? Are we watchful? Need to ask ourselves, are we truly watchful today? What is that kind of stuff we put in our different programs, in our families, in our schools, in our different gatherings and settings? Are we watchful to the God who has set us free? And in fact, when God set man free, He doesn't set us free to do wrong or to do evil. He sets us free to do good and to be free to worship Him without fear all the days of our lives. Thanksgiving, gratitude, prayer, and watchfulness. We should have this in mind wherever we are going to go today. At least let's remind the people about what are we thankful for? What are we grateful for? Because if we are only grateful around the turkey and around the meal that we are eating, that comes and go. Are we grateful for the works of inner salvation? May the Lord, through the intercession of our Mother Mary, Our Lady of the Assumption, bless the United States of America as we prayed with the psalm, Lord of God of hosts, bring us back. Let your face shine upon us, and we shall be saved. God of hosts, bring us back. Let your face shine upon us, and we shall be saved.